Have you ever been in that awkward situation where you recognize someone's face, you know you've met them, maybe even had a long conversation, but their name completely escapes you? Or after an important event, you try to recall the details, but everything feels fuzzy, disorganized? These blank mind moments are not only embarrassing, but can also impact our social connections and self-confidence, especially as we get older. But don't despair. Today, I'm going to share with you an incredibly powerful technique rooted in how our brains naturally work, called the memory picture method. This is a simple form of visualization that anyone can learn and apply in just minutes to significantly improve your ability to remember names, faces, and event details. Get ready to unlock the hidden power of your mind's eye. Why do we often forget names and event details? It's usually not because our memory is broken, but because the way we initially encode or register the information isn't effective. Names are abstract pieces of data, often lacking a clear visual hook. Event details can be numerous and disjointed. Our brains, however, are evolutionarily wired to be incredibly good at remembering images, especially images that are vivid, unusual, and emotionally charged. It remembers a face, an image, far better than a name, an abstract word. It remembers a striking event, images, emotions, better than a mundane sequence of facts. The memory picture technique leverages this very strength. Instead of trying to cram abstract information in through rote memorization, a method that's often inefficient and boring, we learn to transform abstract data into concrete, vivid, and memorable mental pictures. We create visual anchors in our minds, making information retrieval much easier later on. This isn't a gimmick. It's about working with your brain's natural memory mechanisms, particularly the role of the hippocampus in linking different pieces of information, visuals, sounds, emotions, context, into a cohesive memory trace. Let's start with the most common challenge: how to remember people's names. The memory picture technique for names and faces. Step 1. Pay attention and listen. This foundational step is often skipped in our haste. When you're introduced to someone, be truly present. Put aside other thoughts, look at the person, and actively listen to their name. If you don't hear it clearly, politely ask them to repeat it. "I'm sorry. Could you say your name again?" Immediately repeat their name in your head, or even better, use it aloud in the conversation. "It's nice to meet you, Margaret." This helps move the information from fleeting sensory memory into your working memory, increasing initial registration. Step 2. Make the name meaningful sound or meaning link. Names are abstract. Make them more concrete by linking them to a familiar word or image that sounds similar or has a related meaning. This is where your creativity comes in. Sound-alike links. Name Margaret is greater than a margarita drink or a market. Name Bill is greater than a dollar bill or a duck's bill. Name Taylor is greater than a tailor sewing. Meaning links. Name Hope is greater than image of a dove or bright light. Name Cliff is greater than a steep cliff. Name Baker is greater than a baker with a hat. Don't worry if the link seems silly. The more unusual, the more memorable. Step 3. Observe a distinctive facial feature. While listening to the name, quickly scan the person's face and pick out one prominent feature that stands out most to you. It could be hair curly, silver, receding hairline, eyes bright blue, deep set, crow's feet, nose long, button, crooked, mouth smile wide, thin lips, dimples, beard, mustache, a distinctive mole, even posture or glasses. Just choose one feature to focus on initially to avoid overload. Step 4. Create the vivid memory picture. This is the core step. Now, mentally combine the image associated with the name, Step 2, with the distinctive facial feature, Step 3, into a single, dynamic, exaggerated, and perhaps humorous mental snapshot. Engage action and emotion in your image. Example 1. Meet Margaret with striking blue eyes. Link: Margaret is greater than margarita. Picture: imagine Margaret balancing a bright blue margarita glass right on her eyelid, trying not to spill it. Example 2. Meet Bill with a large, bushy mustache. Link: Bill is greater than dollar bill. Picture: imagine dollar bills literally growing out of Bill's mustache like long strands. Example 3. Meet Miss Clifford with very red cheeks. Link: Clifford is greater than Redcliffe. Picture: imagine tiny climbers scaling the red cliffs of her cheeks. Example 4. Meet Mr. Baker, who is bald. Link: Baker is greater than loaf of bread. Picture: imagine a fresh loaf of bread sitting right on top of Mr. Bread. Baker's bald head, maybe with butter melting on it. Take a few seconds to really see this picture in your mind. The more detail, action, or absurdity, the stickier the memory. Step 5. Review quickly. After creating the picture, mentally review it a couple of times within the next few minutes. When there's a pause in conversation, glance at the person and recall the image plus name. Before leaving, look at them again and do a final review. This quick repetition helps consolidate the connection. It might sound like a lot of steps at first, but with practice, this process becomes much faster and more intuitive. The key is to be actively engaged in these steps, rather than passively hearing the name. Do you find this technique intriguing? Try applying it to someone you just met or a character on TV, and share your initial experience in the comments. Now, let's adapt this visualization approach to remembering the details of an event. The memory picture technique for events. Recalling an event, a meeting, a lecture, a party, a trip, is often difficult because so much information unfolds over time. Visualization here focuses on creating mental snapshots at key moments and linking them together. Step 1. Identify key anchor points. Instead of trying to remember everything, identify 3 to 5 of the most important core moments or pieces of information from the event. These are your anchors. They could be the beginning. What was the first striking thing? Who spoke first? What was the initial setting? Highlights. Surprises. Was there a particularly important point made, a surprising announcement, a strong emotional moment, or a key decision? Main people subjects. Who or what was the central focus? Any memorable details about them? The ending. How did the event conclude? What was the final feeling or takeaway? Any actions decided upon? Step 2. Create vivid mental snapshots for each anchor point. For each key anchor point you identified, create a rich, detailed, multi-sensory mental picture. Ask yourself, what did I see? Colors, lighting, faces, objects, scene. What did I hear? Voices, music, specific phrases, sounds. What did I feel? Emotions, happy, sad, surprised. Physical sensations, warm, cold, comfortable. Were there distinct smells or tastes, if relevant, like at a dinner event? What was happening? Actions, interactions. Exaggerate or add unusual elements to make the snapshot more memorable. Example: at a meeting, the anchor point is the boss announcing a critical new project. Snapshot: imagine the boss standing on the table, wearing a superhero cape, holding a giant glowing sign with the project name Fireworks going off around them. Step 3. Link the snapshots into a story. Now, connect the mental snapshots you created for each anchor point in a logical or even fantastical sequence, like scenes in a short movie. Create transitions between the images. Example: after the superhero boss scene anchor 1, the next anchor is colleague A, raising an objection. Snapshot 2. Imagine colleague A transforming into a giant turkey, gobbling loudly and trying to peck at the glowing project sign. Link the scenes. The superhero boss throws the project sign down and it turns into giant corn kernels, attracting Turkey A to rush towards it. Creating a linked story, however bizarre, helps your brain chain the pieces of information together naturally. Step 4. Review the mental movie. After the event, or even during pauses if possible, take a minute or two to mentally replay the movie you created. Walk through your anchor points, recalling the vivid snapshots and the links between them. This review process strengthens the neural pathways and transfers the information into longer-term storage. Why it works. This technique transforms a potentially disjointed series of events into a structured, visual narrative. By focusing on key anchors and encoding them with rich, multi-sensory imagery, you create much stronger memory traces than vague recollections. Linking the images into a story leverages the brain's innate ability for narrative memory. Remember, like any skill, visualization requires practice to become proficient. Don't be discouraged if it feels a bit slow or awkward at first. Start with small, daily exercises. And of course, this information is for educational purposes and sharing techniques. It is not a substitute for professional medical diagnosis or treatment if you are experiencing significant memory problems. Always consult your doctor. Let's quickly recap this powerful memory picture technique. For names and faces, pay attention and listen to the name. Create a sound, meaning link for the name. Observe a distinctive feature on the face. Combine the name link and feature into a vivid, absurd image. Review quickly. For events, identify key anchor points. Create vivid, multi-sensory snapshots for each anchor. Link the snapshots into a story, movie. Review the mental movie. Visualization, particularly the memory picture method, is an incredibly effective tool to combat everyday forgetfulness and keep your mind sharp. It turns the chore of memorization into a creative mental playground. By practicing regularly, you're not just improving your recall of names, faces, or events. You're actively exercising crucial brain regions, enhancing neuroplasticity, and building your cognitive reserve. Start painting those pictures in your mind today. If you found this visualization technique helpful and want to explore more methods to enhance your memory and protect your brain health, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. We always have new brain-boosting secrets to share. What specific memory challenge would you like us to tackle next? Maybe remembering numbers, learning new skills, or recalling information you've read? Let us know your suggestions by leaving a comment below. We prioritize topics based on our community's interests. Thank you for watching. Start visualizing, and remember, better starting now. See you soon.